What's going on, guys? Welcome to SportsNerdWeb Weekly. I'm Soldier Only for SportsNerdWeb. We got some exciting stuff to get into in just a little bit related to Project Scorpio. We finally are starting to hear some things on that, but I'll get into that in a little bit. The first thing I want to get into is the next Call of Duty DLC multiplayer map pack. The release date for that has been announced. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare's second DLC map pack titled Continuum releases on PlayStation 4 April 18th. The map pack will feature a new Zombies chapter as well as 4 new multiplayer maps, including a reimagined version of Rust from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and that's according to Activision. Teresta, the first of the 4 maps, is set at a, quote, a plush spa and resort for the future elite, end quote, which includes sniper perches across a majestic central waterfall and tight corners in the hotel for close quarters combat. That one actually sounds pretty awesome, actually. The second map, Scrap, is set in an abandoned junkyard on the moon with long sightlines and tactical pathways. The third map, titled Archive, is described as a fast-paced, wide-lane style map set in a post-futurist art gallery. Now, me being an artist, that one actually sounds really cool. Finally, Excess, a reimagining of Rust, is an intense, small, circular map set atop a gilded penthouse in a sprawling future metropolis. In addition, Shaolin Shuffle, the next chapter of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Zombies, is set in the 1970s as players are trapped inside a new horror film by a mysterious movie director-villain Willard Wyler, portrayed by Paul Reubens. Shaolin Shuffle will feature all new zombie enemies across a variety of disco-era New York locations, like subways, nightclubs, and a martial arts dojo headed up by the Shaolin sister. Pam Grier lends her voice and likeness to the character. The new chapter will also introduce 4 unlockable kung fu fighting styles, which include unique sets of combat moves. Seth Green, Ike Barinholtz, Jay Farrow, and Sashir Zamata all returned from the ongoing story. The Continuum DLC map pack will be available for $15 or as part of Infinite Warfare's $50 season pass. A release date for the DLC on other platforms will be announced at a later date. Last week, Activision announced 2 new voiceover packs for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare's multiplayer. In other Call of Duty news, the next installment in the franchise may be returning to World War II, which I talked a little bit about in last week's episode of SportsNerdWeb Weekly. Just this past weekend, Fuchsia Only and I we streamed our first episode of the Soldier Fuchsia Only show, Zombies Edition, where we streamed Infinite Warfare Zombies together, and we had a blast with it. We streamed Black Ops 3 Zombies once. I think it was in like the fall of last year, and we had a lot of fun with it. So we did it again with the Infinite Warfare Zombies, and both of us agree that we actually like the Zombies mode on Infinite Warfare a little better. I like how it's like a movie, how it's like set in a movie, and I love the 80s theme and all that from the original. But we do want to try these other map packs, these other maps for the Zombies mode that they've added on as well. So, I mean, you can check it out on the YouTube channel. I have already the videos up of the first episode of our Zombies stream, so you can check that out. And I started a playlist, so we're actually going to start streaming it every Saturday from here on out. So every Saturday evening, there will be a new episode of that up on the YouTube channel, so you can check it out. And then getting into the next thing, this week, some new additions to Grand Theft Auto Online. GTA Online players can get their hands on some slick additions to the game this week in Grand Theft Auto 5. A new sports car called the Grotti Turismo Classic is now available at Legendary Motorsport, and I actually have a picture of it right here. And this thing is awesome looking. Kind of reminds me of a callback to like Magnum PI or something like that. Rockstar says the sports classic The Sports Classic class car is a pure and primal throwback to a simpler time. Players can really clean up for the next 7 days with some big prize boosts on the special vehicle race Bumblebee. Featured as a premium race this week, get behind the wheel for triple RP and place in the top 3 to win major GTA cash rewards until April 10th. There are a few discounts for you too available today and tomorrow. You can get 25% off many high-end items, including the chance to grab an executive office to run special cargo and vehicle cargo operations. And here's the two-day deals: executive offices and executive garages, vehicles, the Debauchee, Mascaro, Pegasi, Tempesta, vehicle upgrades and modifications, transmissions, vehicle armor, brakes, and handguns. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for the additions this week onto GTA Online. I really love what Rockstar's doing with Grand Theft Auto on this one. I know that there is a group of the community that really wants like a story DLC for Grand Theft Auto, but I mean, look how successful GTA Online has been for them, and you can tell most of their focus is going into the online aspect of Grand Theft Auto. So it kind of makes you wonder what they will be doing in the future. I mean, I don't think that they're going to abandon, obviously, like the story part of Grand Theft Auto, because that is, I mean, obviously that's what brings most players in the first place, and then once they beat that, then there's this huge online mode that you can literally just do whatever you want in it. And, I actually just got done streaming Grand Theft Auto. I'm still playing through the story campaign right now, so I haven't really spent a lot of time in the online mode yet, but I kind of can't wait to finish it so I can just spend all my playtime in Grand Theft Auto in the online mode. So another thing I wanted to get into in this week's episode is since it's the beginning of April, I wanted to get into the free games for PS4 and Xbox One, the free games for the month of April. For the PlayStation, on PS4 you can grab a new release Drawn to Death, a third-person shooter directed by God of War creator David Jaffe. Also available is indie hit Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. Thanks to cross-buy, PS4 will have a total of 4 games, as both of April's beta games, 10 Second Ninja and Curses and Chaos, are playable on Sony's home console as well. And then for PS3, there's Invisimals: The Lost Kingdom and the extended edition of Alien Rage will be free this month. So it looks like pretty much, again, not a whole lot of nothing. I mean, on both consoles, the free games lineup has been rather bland, but I think the Xbox's free games lineup has been way better for like a while lately. I mean, I actually got Outlast, I think it was like a couple months ago. Just this last month in March, I got Layers of Fear, which I haven't played either one of those yet, but it's nice to have the option for free just to download them so that you have them there for when you want to dive into them. So I do plan on diving into both of those soon, really soon actually, probably on stream as well too. I mean, Drawn to Death, I mean, it's free, so that one I might take a look at. I definitely know who David Jaffe is, like it said on the article here, that he was the creator of God of War. I know he worked on the first one. I think it was maybe the first 2 God of Wars. I know it was definitely at least the first one. And then as for the Xbox, Microsoft has announced the latest lineup of weekly deals with gold offers for Xbox One. This is also as well as Xbox's weekly deals as well. On Xbox One, some of the deals include Deadpool for $20. I've played a little bit of that game. Actually, I got it on Gameplay, and that Deadpool game is actually really good. Rory McIlroy PGA Tour for $9.90, so $10 pretty much. EA Sports UFC 2 for $16. Additionally, Homefront: The Revolution is priced at $15, and a lot of its DLC is on sale, while Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 is at $16. Some of the other Xbox One deals this week include Pool Nation FX for $7, Mikazu for $14, Guacamelee Super Turbo Championship Edition for $3.75, so $4 pretty much. Sometimes those prices are so weird on there. And then switching to Xbox 360, there's Conan for $3, Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon for $2, Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution for $9, and Worms Ultimate Mayhem for $2.50. $2.50. And then, like I said in the other news, the gold members can now pick up April's free games, which include Rise, Son of Rome, and Darksiders. I think I actually, when I looked at it on the actual console, I think I saw Evolve was on there, I believe. Don't quote me on it or hold me to it, but I believe Evolve is on it as well. So I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure that I saw it on there. And then finally, the main big story so far this week. Actually, when I woke up this morning, I saw something on YouTube. It was one of the new video game news outlets, but they were talking about how it was rumored at the time. It was rumored that we should be getting a lot more news on the Scorpio coming sooner rather than later, meaning like even sooner than E3. Phil Spencer had recently said that E3 they really want to concentrate on the games and the exclusives. He noted that it's no secret that the Xbox has really been struggling on console exclusives this generation, and he was pretty much saying that that's what they want to focus on. So, but now actually when I was just logging on to kind of just read over some stuff to kind of fact check and proofread, some of the stuff I wanted to talk about, there was actually a thing up that Project Scorpio news is actually confirmed for Thursday. This is from GameSpot. New details about Microsoft's highly anticipated new console, Project Scorpio, will be announced later this week. As rumored, the information will come from at least one site, Eurogamer's Digital Foundry. That was also pertaining to the rumor I mentioned that I saw this morning. In a tweet today, the site said it has an exclusive Xbox Scorpio reveal coming on Thursday, April 6th at 6 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Eastern, which would be 2 p.m. UK, and that's literally all we know for now. Digital Foundry specializes in hardware and performance breakdowns, so it might be that their reveal has something to do with Scorpio's specs or power. I would have to assume, I would probably have to agree with that. I mean, going right ahead, pretty much this is what I'm going to say. We already know that Scorpio boasts 6 teraflops of performance, including 320 gigs memory bandwidth and 8 CPU cores. Microsoft says it's the most powerful console ever made, and that it will be clearly more powerful than the PlayStation 4 Pro, which came out last year. This week's Scorpio reveal likely won't tell the full story, as we would expect Microsoft to make its own announcements about the price, release date, and other specifics on its own at a later date. The console will surely be a part of Microsoft's E3 2017 briefing in June. So, I definitely agree with that. I don't think we're definitely not going to be getting the full story. I can see it, since it is coming from Eurogamer's Digital Foundry, which, as GameSpot said in this article, that they specialize in hardware and performance breakdowns. So, I mean, it's a safe guess to assume that it is just going to be more spec related, and that's kind of all that we know about the Scorpio. That's all we've known for a long time, pretty much since it was announced at E3 last June. So I'm sure it's just going to be a little bit more of that. Maybe it's a confirmation that it's actually going to have. Maybe it will actually be their final. Maybe it will be a confirmation of what their specs are actually going to be, instead of just this rumored 6 teraflops and 320 gigs and 8 cores and all that. I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't have it. I mean, it's just only been a rumor for now. And then I agree. I don't think that we're going to see. I don't think that we're even going to see what the Scorpio looks like. I don't think we'll see that Thursday. I'm sure that we're not going to see that until Microsoft's own press conference at E3. So But any news is good news at this point for the Scorpio, especially since it is supposed to be coming out this year, fall holiday this year. If it does make a 2017 release, I think it's going to be like late in the year, like end of November, December, like into December probably. I mean, obviously they want to make it out before the holidays, so I'm thinking it's probably going to be right around there. So I'm definitely stoked for the Scorpio, and it's going to be good to finally hear some new stuff about it. So that's going to do it for this week's episode. Real quick before I go, I just wanted to mention that I did enter a partnership with Cinch Gaming. So if you want to check them out, they have some awesome controllers, custom controllers. They're kind of compared to Scuff a lot as a competitor to them. But they also have really neat and dope clothes, hats, T-shirts, lanyards, cords. I actually just ordered a new USB cable. It's a nice like braided. It's like a black and red braided USB cable that's way better than the cables that come, with your controllers and consoles and stuff. So yeah, check them out. On your next order through them, use code cinch5126. You'll get 5% off your order. Helps me out, helps you out. Everyone wins in the long run. So thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up button if you like the video. Sub to the channel for more content, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers.